Hello students. Today again we are going to do literary terms because that is very important and it is in your syllabus also and it holds a good number of marks. So today we are going to do the literary term lyric. The lyric is generally a short poem which deals overwhelmingly with emotions, most often love, and the personal feelings of the poet. So we can say that the lyric is generally a poem which is full of emotions and feelings. It is therefore a subjective form of poetry because emotions actually deal with what? It deals with your own feelings, it deals with your own heart. So it is subjective. It is not objective. It tells us about the poet's own emotions. It is unlike other major forms such as a narrative or a dramatic. So it is not in a narrative form also, it is not in a dramatic form, it is in a very emotional form. It is full of feelings. Often the lyric follows a regular metrical and a rhythmical pattern. So the lyric actually it's like a song. So that is why it has to follow a metrical pattern. A lyric uses a singular speaker who expresses personal emotions or thoughts. So as I told you already that it is subjective and it talks about the poet's personal emotions, personal feelings, personal thoughts. Lyrical poems which are often popular for their musical quality and rhythm are pleasing to the ear and are easily put to music. So lyric actually is a poem which can also become a song and which can be accompanied by music. Now the term lyric, it originates from the Greek word lyre. And what is a lyre? Lyre is an instrument used by the Grecians to play while reading a poem. So when lyre is a musical instrument which is accompanied by a song, so lyric also means a song which is accompanied by music or lyre. Lyrical poets demonstrate specific moods and emotions through words. Such moods express a range of emotions from extreme to nebulous about life, love, death, and other experiences of life. In the Renaissance, the most finished form of lyric, that is the sonnet, was brilliantly developed by Petrarch. Petrarch is also called the father of the sonnets, and the sonnets which are based on the form given by Petrarch are called Petrarchan sonnets. Shakespeare, Edmund Spenser, and John Milton. So Shakespeare and Edmund Spenser from the Elizabethan age and John Milton, they are actually the pioneers of writing lyrics. Specially identified with the lyrical forms of poetry in the late and the 19th century were the Romantic poets. Now, the Romantic poets, we have diverse figures such as Robert Burns, William Blake, William Wordsworth, John Keats, Shelley, P.B. Shelley, Lamartine, Victor Hugo, Goethe, and Heinrich Heine. So these are the major 18th century, that is the Romantic age, the Neoclassical age, and the 19th century, which is the Romantic age. Now, with the expression of some dramatic verse, most Western poetry in the late 19th and the 20th century may be classified as lyrical. I'll give you some examples of lyrics in literature. We have the Italian sonnet by James Defoe. We have Ode to West Wind, which is a very beautiful poem by P.B. Shelley. My Last Duchess, again a very beautiful poem by Robert Browning. And Captain, Oh Captain, My Captain by the American poet Walt Whitman. Now there are types of lyrics. There are several types of lyric used in poems such as given below. Elegy. Elegy is a mournful, sad or melancholic poem or a song that expresses sorrow for someone who has been lost or who is dead. Originally, it followed a structure using a meter, alternating 6-foot and 5-foot lines. However, modern elegies do not follow such a pattern, though the mood of the poet remains the same. Then, ode. Now, ode is again a lyrical poem that expresses intense feelings such as love, respect, or praise for someone or something. Ode is actually an address to the person or a thing, not so the poet talks to actually to the thing or the person the poet does not talk about. It is normally an adulation to that thing or the person. Like an elegy, an ode does not follow any strict form or structure. Though it uses refrains or repeated lines, it is usually longer than the other lyrical poems and focuses on positive moods of life. Elegy, we have the best elegy. I'll give you an example. Elegy written in a country churchyard. It's an elegy. Oh Captain, my Captain is an elegy. Ode, you have Ode to West Wind, Ode by P.B. Shelley. You have Ode to Autumn by John Keats. You have Ode to Skylark by P.B. Shelley. Sonnet. Now, as I've already told you in the previous videos, that sonnet is a poem of 14 lines which uses iambic pentameter with 5 pairs of accented and unaccented syllables. The structure of a sonnet with predetermined syllables and rhyme scheme makes it flow off the tongue of the readers in a way similar to a song on the radio. So, sonnet can also be called a song, but it is for sure that sonnet is of 14 lines. The sonnet which I have already explained to you in the previous videos are Ice and Fire by Edmund Spenser, Went to the Sessions of Silent Thought by Shakespeare, and we have Death Be Not Proud by John Donne. The dramatic monologue. Now a dramatic monologue has a theatrical quality. Drama and monologue means a single person speaking. It means that the poem portrays a solitary speaker commuting or talking to the audience without any dialogue coming from the other characters. Usually the speaker talks to a specific person in the poem. Occasional poetry. Poets write occasional poetry for specific occasions such as weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, victories and dedications, such as John Dryden has written Annus Mirabilis, and Edmund Spenser is Epithalamium. A lyrical poet addresses his audience directly by portraying their state of mind or emotions. That is why a lyrical poem usually expresses the personal emotions of the poet. The theme of the lyrical poems is emotional, it is lofty, grand, enabling the reader to look into the life of things very deeply. That is why such poems have universal appeal, because the reader can relate to the feelings with the poem. Although its exact form may change from age to age, from poet to poet, as a vehicle for expressing subjective feelings, the lyric remains a popular poetic form. Thank you.